So we have Freda, and we are so excited to um, talk about some cultural events and practices. One of the cultural events and practices. So you've read the story?
Yeah, I read it because I really don't know uh, a full confession when at our school we talk about the Japanese holidays pretty
Uh-huh.
much at the time that they come up in the calendar. We
Mhm.
try because we try to help try to recreate like a kind of an experiential approach for the students, and then this comes up in spring,
Mhm.
and usually the kids, at this time of year, it's really hard to think about like starting because now the kids are focusing on the end of the year. And
Oh,
I have to confess that I have really glossed over this. I haven't really made much effort to teach about it. One thing because of the, just general state of mind at the end of the school year, but also but probably the main reason is because I don't know anything. I didn't experience it myself,
mhm.
and when I was an exchange student in Japan, I think I did arrive in the spring, but I just didn't, I was so new, I didn't realize what was going on, so I'm really happy to learn about it now.
私の入学式. So
Mhm,
everyone could have different ones, but this is
mhm.
mine. So this is one girl's story. 私の入学式。4月は入学式のシーズンです。小学校や中学校や高校や大学などに入学式があって、それぞれの1年生が入学式に行きます。私の小学校の入学式の時、母も父も仕事を休んで来てくれたから嬉しかったです。私は小学1年生だから新しいランドセルを背負って入学式に行きました。校長先生の話は難しくて少しつまらなかったけど、私は静かに聞いていました。それにちょうど学校の桜が満開で綺麗でした。でも入学式を9月にしたいという人もいると聞きました。入学式の後、両親と一緒に回転寿司に行って寿司を食べました。とても美味しかったです。
I'm a non-native teacher. I need this kind of thing to show a perspective. So I don't just resort to saying, okay, kids, this is what they do in Japan, so
Mhm.
they could read this and understand better for themselves. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. In my experience,
Mhm.
kids get excited about in where I grew up, kids get excited about going to school the first day,
Uh-huh.
and then, but it's only like about a new beginning. It's not, we don't really, in my experience, there wasn't much ceremony, much. I think this implies that the culture is valuing education very much,
Oh, I see.
that school is important and education is important, and this is a
Mhm.
special time. So, yeah, well, now I know that those are thanks to your channel. I know the difference now between plum blossoms and sakura blossoms. So
You,
it seems like a really good idea to start, that spring is a
hmm.
time to start something new. And I can't remember like why did it start in, why does the school year start in spring in Japan? Was it modeled after another educational system? Why does it start in April? Of course, I would. Yeah. Are there any other countries? I mean, I think there are other countries that also start things in the spring. And so if I think about it, I think, well, it's kind of weird that in the culture I grew up in, that we start in September, but I know that's for farming reasons. You know, we start school in the fall, because that's when the kids were done with their farm chores, you know, and they were available to go to school. They could, during the winter, they could go to school. And that's why we start in the fall. And look, I mean, like on this page, there's a bouquet with congratulations. And that really shows that this is a special time. And I know that randoseru is an indicator, you know, I mean, I wanted to ask about that.
In my time, to enter certain high school was struggling time and challenging time. When I passed the test finally, after all the studying, accomplishment is huge, like really big relief to get into high school that I was aiming for. So big hurdle to go over. That's the one of the reasons why so big deal, because you passed the difficult entrance exam.
And what if you don't? What if you don't pass?
Well, then you get to go to other school that was not a number one choice.
But all schools will have such a ceremony, right? No, regardless.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So this is what I think I didn't realize. So it's not that the whole school goes to the Ryugakushiki. It's that only the first year students, the new students. Is that right? I had a misconception. I thought it was
first year.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was a big deal, like just for the whole school, but it's only the first year students at whatever level it is. Okay.
Only like a freshman year.
Yeah. So that I really didn't realize. So 勉強になりました。
勉強になりました。Yeah. そうですね。So 入学式. So we can do maybe the kanji can maybe tell new. The first kanji, new, is to enter. And gaku is the school. And shiki is the ceremony.
So that makes sense why it is really celebrating the acceptance into the school.
Acceptance, yes. So, and then you get to wear, my time, I was excited to get a brand new uniform.
I know the discussion of Japanese school uniforms is very interesting, you know, to in the, you know, how they're designed. And I think it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah,
students are very interested in it too. There's so many angles here, you know, the values of education, the system of education, wow. I mean, this is really a lot of facets to this. Parents might even take off a day from work, but I'm curious, like, do they all get the same one? Does everybody at the same school get the same style?
Oh no, I think usually parents go to like department store and purchase them individually.
Is there like style issues? Are there
that would be another thing to research. I
think this is universal. I mean, I don't know if it's universal, but kids going to a big assembly, a big formal assembly, and an adult speaking. I mean, it's, you know, it's just very familiar to me, you know, to zone out if you're a kid and you're listening to I thought this was very cute and relatable, you know, leads to seasonal discussion. when I think of the starting of the school year, I just always think of fall colors. So it's just very, it's just very surprising. I mean, I always, when I think of spring, I think of school's almost out. So this is really like a brain shift for me, you know, to think. So even now, I keep when we have exchanges with Japanese schools, I have to always remind myself, what time of the year it is for them. And, like that's why so many exchange trips come to California in March, because that's the end of their school year, and it's very fascinating to see other colors. And I'm thinking about, colors associated with holidays and stuff.
Yes.
So,
have you heard anything about that?
No, that's why this page made me surprised. I thought, did I understand it correctly? Really? Who wants to start in September? It is challenging for exchange students going from, at least from the US to Japan. It does throw off your academic schedule to start, it does. I mean, so maybe one idea is to just align with international situations, so to make it easier, but for exchange students and stuff. But I thought maybe we should all switch over to start in spring.
Interesting argument. We could have a discussion argument, pros and cons and all that stuff. I think it would be great to have students speak about it, see what they think, or
debate, a little
wonderful debate. Yes. Okay, so this is how the story ended.
In my experience, in my culture, then people will have a big party for their child who graduated. But in this Yugakushiki looks from this picture like it's a more intimate family affair, not a big. I mean, parents don't have parties for their kids who are starting.
Oh, thank you so much for asking that question. You know what? From my memories, we go out and eat at the restaurant.
Yeah, right.
Because it's so much inviting people into your home.
Right.
For some reason.
Or even like going out with another family to celebrate, like if both families have first year students.
Oh, I see. But still,
would they go out? But it seems like it's.
Yeah, from my memory, I don't know nowadays. Young moms, they must get together, but culturally, for what I remember, you don't really go to people's houses.
Yeah. So this is more like a family celebration.
Yeah, it's really family, but I can't say it's always. It just in this story it is, and then I agree with this story in my case.
That this sounds familiar to you.
Yeah, familiar.
And is this an occasion where grandparents would send like oiwai, like some kind of cash money for this kind of event, or not really?
Could, but not like
not really. It's not like.
It's not like Oshogatsu and Otoshidama. Maybe some grandparents buy randoseru.
Like they might.
We could, or maybe new set of dress for first grader.
But it's otherwise not a big gift giving event. It's more of a ceremonial. It's a ceremonial thing.
It's
symbolic.
Yes, it's a ceremony. It's a ceremony by the school, by the schools.
We should try to do this. We should. I wish, maybe when this COVID thing is over, we should have a ceremony getting back, but that's a different reason, a different celebration. But
I can appreciate that. That would be a good thing.
A good excuse to study this unit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're starting new, but we were talking about how this is also a celebration of the child's success in being admitted to the school. It's a value system, valuing. Yeah. The family is valuing education, and the society is too. Thank you so much. 大変勉強になりました。
勉強になりました。ありがとうございます。Okay. Then we'll see you next week.
Okay, thank you.
の読書で会いましょう。ありがとう。